Hey there, Karen Haley here, your IBD health coach. I'm jumping in real quick to let you know that the following is an excerpt from my podcast, the Cheeky Podcast for Moms with IBD. This section of the podcast is from episode 33, 5 Healthy Fats You Need in Your Diet to Help You Heal Your IBD, Part 2. Yep, that means there is also a part 1 if you're interested in more info on healthy IBD healing fats. Now, if you want to hear the whole episode, all you have to do is look for the link below in the comments, or you can find the Cheeky Podcast for Moms with IBD on Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We're on most platforms. Okay, thanks for listening, Mama, and on with the show. The gut healing benefits of full-fat yogurt are threefold. First, it's the fat content. Second, it's high in protein. Each serving contains good amounts of protein. And then lastly, the rich gut healing probiotics that you get with every bite. So awesome, right? Threefold: the fat, the protein, and those rich gut healing probiotics. And we all know how important probiotics are for the health of our gut and the bacterial balance of our microbiome. When we have Crohn's and colitis, we can have a digestive system that's riddled with dysbiosis. It's unbalanced. The probiotics in the full-fat yogurt are a great way to balance your gut flora, so you feel better. You have less stomach gurgling, less stomach aches, and less problems in the bathroom with diarrhea, constipation, or sometimes both. And when your yogurt comes from grass-fed cows, you get your biggest nutritional benefit. When grass-fed cows make grass-fed milk, and then the grass-fed milk is used to make grass-fed yogurt, then it's full of omega-3s and whey protein, calcium, magnesium, potassium, vitamin D, K2, and of course, those gut-healthy and healing enzymes and probiotics. Wow. Just wow. Can you imagine just how gut healing all of those nutrients can be for your IBD in just one amazing serving of full-fat yogurt? Just like eggs, just like how they can come from different birds, remember that yogurt, it doesn't always have to come from cow's milk. If you're sensitive to cow's milk due to either the lactose, that's the milk sugar in dairy products, and I do want to say that's a very common sensitivity to have for those of us with IBD. So don't feel bad if that's you, if you're sensitive to lactose. It's really common for IBDers. Or you might be sensitive to the casein. That's the protein found in dairy products. It's good to know that there are other options available for you, and you can still get many of the same benefits that you would get in the traditional yogurt. Some of the options you might want to consider would be goat or sheep's milk yogurt. Those are just 2 of the dairy options. And moving away from dairy options, you can look at coconut milk yogurt. That's another great option for yogurt. Or almond milk yogurt. That's also a possibility. As long as they both contain the beneficial bacteria that you need to help your gut, it's okay if they're non-dairy. They also are high in fat, thankfully. Like so many of these quality fats that I've been mentioning in this 2-part episode, there's amazing health benefits that move beyond the gut. Studies show that yogurt can decrease your risk of type 2 diabetes, and it can be a protective factor against colon cancer. That's huge. It can also help increase your bone density and support a healthy weight, especially if you choose the full fat. Yogurt can help you boost your immune system, reduce your blood pressure, lower cholesterol. It can even help regulate your mood due to its gut-brain connection. Yeah, I know you're feeling it too. Yogurt is a powerhouse, isn't it? When it comes to yogurt, the key words I want you to look for are, if you buy it at the grocery store, the key 2 words I want you to look for are organic and grass-fed. These 2 options, they'll give you your best gut healing benefit. Whenever I'm recommending yogurt to a client, I always like to give a good, better, best scenario because there's lots of options to choose from when it comes to yogurt. So let me give you my good, better, best yogurt spiel as well. When it comes to yogurt, your number 1 best option you're not going to be surprised to hear it, is to make it at home. And if you've never done this before, I know that when everybody hears this initially, they get overwhelmed. You think, make my own yogurt at home. How could I possibly do that? But trust me, it is so stinking simple. It's like riding a bike. Once you know those simple few steps, you never forget how to make homemade yogurt. I can go years without making it, and then I'll make it again. And seriously, it's like riding a bike. I never forget because it's so simple. It's just ingrained in my brain. Making your own SCD or GAPS legal yogurt, that was the star of episode 12, your top 10 SCD yogurt questions answered. If you're new to making your own yogurt at home, or you're just hearing about it now and you're thinking, oh, that kind of sounds interesting, I highly recommend that you check out episode 12 to give you all the information you need to get started. The reason I'm so partial to making your own yogurt at home, it's really twofold. Number one, when you make it at home, you control the ingredients. You cannot beat that. And number two, because of the fermentation process. Homemade yogurt can be fermented for 24 hours at home. And when you do that, you reduce virtually all of the lactose in the milk. So no more gurgly belly, no more bloating or diarrhea after you eat yogurt. This can be so helpful for those of us with IBD who have trouble digesting the lactose in dairy. Option number 2, your better option. That would be, let's say that homemade yogurt isn't an option for you. For now, I have to add that caveat on. For now, let's say it's not an option. Maybe you just want to dip your toe in. Maybe you want to check out this whole full-fat yogurt gut healing tool. If that's the case, go with option number 2. And option number 2 is non-dairy commercially bought yogurt, the kind you buy at the grocery store. These are the options that are completely lactose and casein free. Options like almond milk yogurt and coconut milk yogurt. I'm going to tell you, I would skip the soy milk yogurt because many people with Crohn's and colitis, they find soy to be challenging to digest. And unless it's organic, it's often genetically modified in the United States. So that's another reason to skip the soy yogurt. When buying commercial non-dairy yogurt, be sure that you take a look closely at the ingredients. You want to make sure that it contains active probiotic cultures and also that it has no or very limited additional ingredients. Some yogurts can have added ingredients, including sugar, that are so bad for you, it's like having enough sugar to have a can of soda. Those high sugar yogurts with additives and preservatives, they're definitely not a good choice. So definitely look at the label. You want it to have very few, if 1 or 2 ingredients at the most. Lastly, the last option that I recommend to people, option number 3, your good option. This is my least favorite option when it comes to buying yogurt for someone who wants to use it to put their IBD in remission. But if this is your only option, I still think it's worth it because of the probiotic benefit. And it's dairy-made. So dairy-made commercial yogurt, the regular kind of yogurt that you see in the grocery store. Although this type of yogurt probably contains probiotic benefits, it's not fermented for 24 hours like the yogurt you make at home. Like I mentioned earlier, many people with IBD have challenges with lactose. So that commercial brand yogurt, it's usually fermented for 8 hours, a lot less time than 24 hours. It's just not enough time of fermenting it to get rid, for it to eat up the lactose. So this is where that 24-hour yogurt really benefits you more. If this is your only option though, it still can benefit you. Just make sure that you choose the plain yogurt and then add your own berries or honey in small amounts, of course, when you get home. Again, this can be a place where manufacturers, they love to add in hidden sugar. Even tons of fruit can really boost the sugar content in your yogurt. So eating all that sugar with your yogurt, it will defeat the whole purpose of choosing gut healing and balancing the bacteria with the yogurt, right? That's the most important part. When you put all that sugar in, you're going to negate that bacterial balancing benefit. Okay, just to recap, your best option would be to make your own homemade yogurt at home. I can help you get started with that. Check out episode 12, and I will leave a link for it in the show notes. Your second option, if homemade yogurt isn't a possibility for you, choose non-dairy yogurt, the kind you buy at the grocery store. And then last but not least, when it comes to yogurt, your last option is buying commercial yogurt made from dairy. Whenever you buy yogurt at the grocery store, look for plain yogurt and then add in your toppers at home. This has been an excerpt from the Cheeky Podcast for Moms with IBD, episode 33. It's just a snippet of what we talked about on the episode. If you're a mom with Crohn's or colitis and you found this information valuable and you want to hear more, you can hear the whole episode. Just click the link for episode 33 in the comments. And if you're not a podcast junkie like me and you'd rather get your gut-loving information from YouTube, and I completely understand because it rocks as well, just click subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, and then you'll know every time a new video drops. Be well, my friend.